Time for the final chapter to learn the truth. And we will recap, and I will not talk over it. I will talk with it. As you continue following the case of Asuke Sasaki, it keeps getting more mysterious. Mr. and Mrs. Todoroki say the sketch you showed them was definitely of Minoru Suzuki. People at the construction site who see the sketch of Makoto Kuze say it's really of a man they know as Suzuki. Your suspicions toward Detective Kuze have yet to be cleared. You go to Yamanba Pass, where Minoru Suzuki is said to have been dropped off after work. Now, there were a couple things on our minds, or at least my mind, when we ended previous. But before I even start making phone calls, which is 100% what we gotta do because we're in the middle of frickin' nowhere, let me discuss. We want to find out the answers to what the heck happened that night when Asuke Sasaki died. There was that whole PTSD screen flash of Kuze seeing the smiling man murder the kid. But then she took the tie. Why did she take the tie? Did she know that it was her brother? Did she figure out it was her brother at the moment? Was she scared so she hid and then tried to help afterwards? But if she tried to help afterwards, why wouldn't she have called the police? Why does she have the tie? Maybe that means she's in on it. Also, what was in that envelope? We still don't know what's in the envelope. We never found out what's in the envelope. I better find out what was in that freaking envelope. Also, are Minoru and Makoto the same guy type deal? That's what they're leaning into, of course. I would like to know our boss, Mr. Utsugi. He alluded to the idea that Makoto, or rather Minoru, is related to the smiling man, but he didn't actually tell us real details. He just alluded to it on the phone and was like, I'll tell you later. So I would like to know that, maybe. And I think that captures most of the things, but there was probably another one or two. Oh, no. No, dude. Why? No. You idiot. I always do this. You idiot. I always forget to charge my fucking phone, man. Oh, what do you mean in case there's an emergency? It's an emergency. It is an emergency. It is an emergency. How was it anything but an emergency? It would take quite a while to walk to town. Yeah, it would. It would also take quite a while for someone to come help if you gave an emergency phone call. That wouldn't be much of an emergency. Beware of bears? What am I supposed to do if I run into one? Well, it depends on the bear. You know, there's the whole thing. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, scare it back? I don't know. I made that part up, but it's something like that. And then if it's white, good night, you're dead. What's this here? It looks like the grass has been traveled. Animal tracks or a person? I mean, it was very obvious from the art that there's a trail here, but sure. Black fight back. There you go, fight back. I was close. Scare it back. It's kind of what actually happens. You don't actually fight it back. You scare it back, and then white is good night indeed, as I said. Okay, well, this is exactly not what I want to be happening as far as I wanted to... No, man. Why did we have them drive me here? Why would we not figure something, like, why would we not just, okay, we got the location, Yanmaba Pass. Let me tell the crew, and we'll meet up and investigate. It'd be better to have multiple pairs of eyes when we're scouring through the woods. You don't do a search. You know, it's like if there's like a missing child in the woods, you don't one guy go off. You get a group of people to cover an area. This is 101 what not to do in horror movies. Exactly. Ooh, that's pretty art though. I'm a little nervous. It's already starting to get dark. Yes, everything is telling you to not do this right now. I'm going to push on and no! No! What makes this worse is that the character is named me. So one, I don't want my character to like die, but at the same time, I'm also mad because I wouldn't do this. This going has gotten rough. I see footprints though. Do you see footprints, chat? Right above the left of where it says the name of my character down there are footprints. This is basically mountain climbing at this point. Well, I mean, this is an obvious look right here. It looks like there are some tracks in the mud. I should pay close attention. They must have been made by someone passing through. I'm glad they're here. I can use them to navigate? It doesn't look like a hiking trail. I don't even see any signs or landmarks at all. Maybe the trail was blazed by someone who lives out here, and now Minoru Suzuki is using it. Yeah, okay. Praying for my downfall? Alright, well, I don't appreciate that, but... There aren't any snakes around here, right? Properly scary music, though. I hadn't even really heard it because I've been talking too much. Alright, let's get... Okay. There is some clues in these. I think I saw the only clue already. Alright, continue on. Continue following. Here we go. Let's follow the tracks a little. This is such a bad idea. That was a pretty intense hill. Woof. Okay, where should I go next? Lost on a mountain. I have to observe my surroundings carefully so I don't get lost. Me, there's... These? What kind of nerdy response is that? How many years did it take for a forest to grow like this? I mean, to me it looks like the... Oh, here we go. Trampled thick. I was gonna say, to me this looks like a path, so that's why I was on it. But yeah, it's kind of... The hitboxes. Some of the green is really bit trampled. Sure seems like someone's been walking here. Watch out for wild Pokemon. That would be funny. Alright. Think and then travel again. Or I guess I could do a good old surroundings first, but... I'm only going to find these tracks if I examine the area closely. I did do that already. Should keep going. Really shouldn't. Really shouldn't. You got no weapons, no nothing. At least, here's what I'm hoping. Is that at the very least, I'm like, you know, being a little stealthy about it or something. You might not be able to hear it, but I hear a bit of a babbling brook or something of that sort. This is going to be a problem. This actually is going to be a problem. The way down. There are some tracks, but they're sparse. The way up. I see a good amount of tracks. So there's two ways I'm thinking about this. One, which is that if he's been using this trail for a long time, then it's more trodden, and therefore more, you know, as it said, more tracks and more walked and more easily walkable. On the other hand, if I was a murderer, I would maybe purposely go out of my way to not have the tracks to my home base be clean and inviting to walk down. So there's that. Interesting that this said the way down, right? It said down, not just to the right. It's the way down. So the way down to me implies the way out. So I don't actually know what to choose here. Does this game have multiple endings? Oh man. Oh man. I think what you would want to do in this situation actually is to go... I would need to know more about the area, but the idea of if what the text says as far as going down means leaving, then I would say go right, because if we can leave and go home and then get the crew like we should have done in the first place and then come back, that makes sense to me. However, you could also argue that going left on a known path would then lead to a known exit. Eventually, like an actual hiking trail that goes up and then down and then you're out. I'm saving. I'm saving. That seems like a good time to save. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right because it's the first option. Let's go to the right. The trail continues, but why is it going downhill? To a secret base camp. This place is a bit more... Well, wait, this is the exact same place. That's the entrance. I must have walked in a big circle. Fine, let's start over and follow the tracks. Oh, dang it. Hey, you know what? We got extra text. Okay, well that's kind of annoying to me a little bit, because if we were found the way out... Okay, my character said before this that, like, oh no, I'm lost on a mountain. Then I found him the way out, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back up on the mountain. Even though it's getting dark, and I was lost before then. I made the right choice, but whatever. Let's go to the left. Drama alert. Left path. There's the babbling brook. Do you guys see it, chat? You see the very obvious thing hanging from that branch a little bit above me up there? It's a purple ribbon or bandana or whatever. Because, you know, purple is like, that's like the game and everything. It's purple. What? Cuts off at the stream. I should look around as clues. Brother. It was on the fucking thing. It looks like a marker. So if I go in the direction of this landmark, I might find a road. Why put that there, though? Do people pass through here on a regular basis? Most clueless NPC. Water is really moving, but it's not super deep. I bet it could cross. Okay, it's not a brook, it's a stream. My bad. Not as deep here. I bet I could walk on the rocks to make my way upstream. Okay. Again, very pretty. Very pretty. It's a funny looking leaf. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess we'll do this every time just in case, but... Alright, that was the same text. Oh! That's interesting. Alright. Well, we don't need to save this, because we know it's just you go left. So save this, and then... Using the same logic so that it's easy to remember what we chose, we will continue upstream first. If it's too dangerous, we turn back. Oh. Oh? Nothing but a waterfall and a dead end. I slipped to stumble into the stream and now one of my shoes is wet. Well, now what? Funny. I can use the rocks across without getting wet. Just need to be careful. Now, what really would have been cool is if, because my shoe was wet because I went upstream first, if that made my shoe wet and then that made me fall again. Another fork in the road. I do wonder if the game is tracking, like, you made the wrong decision, and so then it's... I didn't mean to do that, I meant to do this. I wonder if, wait a second. This looks like a handmade sign, and then the real sign looks like it's over there, but what's the handmade sign say? There's a handwritten sign blocking the path. It reads, no entry. It's written in hiragana. I wonder if that's to make it easier to read for kids. Versus the actual real sign that was broken. There's a broken sign in the bushes. Maybe someone hit it. No passing beyond this point. Looks like a sign put up by an official of some sort. Rock. Why are you thinking about climbing the rock, man? Well, wait. Why would the broken sign say basically the same thing? No passing beyond this point. But then didn't this one say no entry, which is just the same thing? We can climb the rock? Alright, we're sticking with the default thing. Left side looks dangerous, and there's that no entry sign. Let's go to the right. But maybe it's gonna be that the sign was actually to the right, and this way is like the way that you go if you want to fall and die. There's a cliff at the end of the road that doesn't look climbable. Best to turn back. Yeah, so it was a trick. Let's climb the rock. By climbing this rock, I could be even higher off the ground. Let me guess, we slip on the moss? Oh. Now I can see the sky better. Oh, that was pretty. There was no point climbing up there, was there? Dude, this is great. This is great. Alright, let's go left. I'm perfectly choosing the not actual options so we get all of the dialogues. Oh, there's a creepy hut. So, what now? I wonder what... Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so first of all, there's a cave. Second of all, there's a shrine. The Jizo statue. Looks like it's barely been taken care of, but there are random flowers in the offering. The flowers are fresh, someone must have been here recently. It looks like there's some tracks behind the statue. There's also a very obvious shed. And then there is a mysterious cave. Is that a cave? I think I can get in there if I bend down. I can't see much deeper from here. Okay. Right. Do you think we can actually, like, find a bear and die? Because that would be pretty funny. Like, can I go in the cave? Alright, look, we're gonna follow our precedent. We've already done it, like, 3 times now. We start with the top option. I should have saved. Oh, I should have saved. I'm finally out of the woods. What the hell is this place? Can we go back? No music. You're gonna say the same thing? So much as touched it, it fall apart. Well, every other time I've chosen the wrong... It would have been so funny, though, if, an abandoned village, there's nobody around. It's like, dunk! Hitting the head with, like, a shovel. There are some old, dilapidated houses. The workers dropped off someone who they were calling Suzuki a ways back. I wonder if he lived here. I guess more importantly, if someone were here, would it really be Minoru? 2 separate people ID'd Makoto's sketch as Suzuki. No one is nearby. Okay. Interesting. Good look inside these buildings. Oh, there we go. It's time. Oh! That looks like Kuze's arm. It is! What the? Why are you here? Answer my question. I did not anticipate that. I think Minoru Suzuki might be living or lurking around here, so I'm looking for him. ... Is that why you're here too? Dude, she's sus. This is not what I thought would happen. Very suspicious arm. Usually calm and collected, not now. Why is she so tense? Does she really think Minoru Suzuki, very possibly the smiling man, is in this village right now? So if you're here, that means Minoru Suzuki must really be lurking somewhere around here, huh? I can't tell you anything about the police investigation. You have no right to expect me to. I mean, the game has been making us try to think that her brother's the killer. And that she knows something, because she, you know, had the tie and everything. You're a civilian, I have no obligations to tell you anything. ... Wait, I wanted to ask you other stuff. Is he somewhere in this village? Wait, I want to ask the other questions. More tense than usual. Look at her. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like time has stopped. There's no one to call right now. What if I show her this one? She'll freak out. Yeah, that's... 2 people have looked at this sketch of Makoto and told me as a person they know is Suzuki. What? Yeah, that got you going, huh? That got you going. You know how it is. I can't answer any questions about the case, so your work is done. Leave the rest to the police. Ah, so you do think I'm onto something. He's right, it's a job for the police now, It's just, there doesn't seem to be any police here other than Detective Kuze herself. Very sus. Detective, did you come here by yourself? ... You aren't thinking of going in alone, are you? Don't worry, I called Kami for backup. I'll be fine. I won't do anything reckless. That's why you need to go now. Oh yeah, let me just ramble my way back down the mountain as it's approaching dark. I'm sure that's safer. But... Ikinasai! Ah! You'll do what I say or you'll be under arrest. Go back the way you came. Hey, cab. Detective Kuze. Like I told you before. Oh, look at that face. Don't get in my way, understand? Oh, shit. Now go. That was intense. I'm not part of the police force. I should be trying to work alongside Detective Kuze like this. I'll only get in her way if I stay here. What did I think I was even doing? Okay, well that part is true. What the hell was I doing? We already discussed how this was stupid. I'm worried about her, but I can't stop her from doing what she wants to do. I suppose my investigation ends here. However, at the same time, what the hell is she doing here? Leave now, understand? Your work is done, leave the rest of the police. Your work is done. Leave the rest to the police. There's no leave, lady. Do I have to break you down by asking and thinking and calling and engaging? I've had enough. Have you though? Have you had enough? Huh? Your work is done. Leave the rest of the police. What do you... You want me to quit the game? Oh, you're right. My investigation ends here. Eh? It's just, please be careful. Yeah. Thanks. Cue the bear. Imagine the bear shows up. Ah! I'll get going then. What an unexpected twist. I'm a civilian. I guess I did everything I could. Imagine the smiling man's just like walking up. Oh, hey, how you doing? Like hiker move. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Good view up there at the top. You're almost there. When you're like 2 hours away. Oh, you're almost at the top. Maybe I can linger until backup arrives, or I could call Kamihara even though she said she already did. Detective Kuze! I knew it. She went to find Minoru Suzuki alone. Where is she? Did she go into one of these abandoned houses? Which one? I don't know. I'll go door to door and look around. Oh! Closer than before! Was it over there? Top of the hill? It sounded like it came from this way. Okay. Yo! What? What? I want to actually zoom. A man covered in blood, he's not moving at all. Dude, she's got some aim. This was one of the other questions. Who was the guy that had the mask and the glasses? It might be this guy. What in the world? Are you okay? What the hell is... Who is he? This is... Minoru Suzuki. What? The same man responsible for the murders 18 years ago, and the man who killed Asuke Sasaki. Wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Okay, there's part of me. Okay, so the old man is wearing a trench coat that did fit the smiling man kind of garb. However, what if she killed this guy, but her brother is still the killer, but she's gonna say that this is Minoru and he did the murders, but she killed him so he can't speak against to prove it otherwise, and then her brother will be free. Suzuki approached me. I told him to stop. He did not. I fired a shot, but my hands were... I missed. Suzuki took my pistol from me and threw it away. Then he began to strangle me. Well, that does fit the smiling man thing. If any of this is true, ACAB, they lie on police reports all the time. I escaped his grasp. I hit him on the head with a machete to split him open? What about the second gunshot? I think she's in shock. She seems disoriented. Where's the machete? And what about the second gunshot? It's too dark to see very well, but his face looks badly injured. Did she do that too? He doesn't look like her usual self. Doesn't seem like there's much else for me to look at besides the falling man and her. What the hell? Are you sure that's Minoru Suzuki? Yes, it's really him, and I killed him. She seemed confident that the man on the floor is Minoru, and his sketch must be what led her here, but how can she be so sure? She's only seen a rough police sketch of what he might look like now. And also, the sketch that we showed the construction guys was much younger than what this old guy looks like. So why would they say that this is Minoru Suzuki, but then she says he's Minoru Suzuki? Is that really Minoru Suzuki? I don't think that's Minoru Suzuki. I don't think that's motherfucking Minoru Suzuki. She entered the abandoned house alone, was attacked by him who was inside. She opened fire in self-defense. The sound of that shot led me here. But about that gunshot, there was a second gunshot, which is what I said. I heard 2 shots. Did she miss both times? I don't think so. She says she got a hold of the gun and then tried to strangle her. But she was able to grab a machete and strike him in the head with it, so where's the machete? That's also what I said. Where's the motherfucking machete? I don't see no MF and machete. And I wish I could zoom in to see if there's a fucking bullet in this guy's head. But I can't. I'm still shook that she killed him to death. Well, usually when you kill someone, it is to death, typically. Where could it be? But there's a cell phone lying by my feet. Oh, it's my phone. I must have dropped it when I ran here. We should let Detective Kamahara knows what's going on. Ben, do not take your eyes off this crazy woman. Don't do that! Are we about to see that he has a gunshot in his head? Out of range. No signal in the mountains! That's not too surprising, actually. If I'm out of range, then she couldn't have called Detective Kuze. I mean, Dice. Kamihara. Didn't she say? This is what we've been thinking about this the whole time, chat. We knew she's a goddamn. She's lying. I called Kami for backup. You couldn't have called Kami for backup, even though you might have had a better phone on a different service provider, and then therefore probably maybe could have. But still, we're in the mountains, and it's like the 90s or the 80s or something. Probably more than the 90s. I knew it! I knew it! I fucking knew it! I knew it! Don't reach for the phone. She's gonna point the gat at you, even though it's not a gat, it's a revolver. Why didn't you just go? I fucking knew it. I knew it. Why did you even come here? Detective Kuze. I'm sorry. You're going to have to die. That is one crazy look on a crazy lady's face. Detective Kuze! It was 18 years ago. Huh? I run out of the house, and I was sitting by the side of the road, crying. A car pulled up right in front of me. The door opened and someone stepped out. I looked up at them and... there was a man standing. He was wearing a paper bag with a smiling face drawn on it, and a trench coat very similar to the man she just shot. I was too scared to move. I couldn't speak. The man crouched down and looked at me in the eye. And he said, Emiko. Dude, that is a... I was stunned by the... I mean, look at her face, man. That's some fucking cinema. God damn. What a well animated / drawn thing there. But he didn't kill you. I screamed and I screamed. I just kept screaming. The man didn't move. I could see his eyes from inside the bag. They looked sad. Then he grabbed me by the neck. And then someone, her brother, came running up the road. He was yelling, trying to save me. He attacked the man, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The man started strangling. That's where the flashback came from. She saw the smiling man strangling her brother. What a twist! I did not anticipate this. I thought, he's going to kill my brother. I was watching my big brother die. I tried to help. I grabbed the man, but he just brushed me off like it was nothing. That's when I managed to pull off the paper bag. He turned and looked right at me. And it was Minoru Suzuki. But his face was... Oh! Shit! What? It looked just like the face on the bag. I was so scared I couldn't breathe. What the? The burn victim? Wait, which burn? Oh, wait. The burn victim? The burn victim! The house that would caught fire and something. But then why didn't he kill her after? By the time I got a hold of myself, Suzuki's car was gone. You were also like 6 or 8 or something. Couldn't have done too much. I couldn't forget the sight of him tossing my unconscious brother in the trunk? He was taking Makoto away. I can still remember it so clearly. When I got home, my grandparents kept asking me what happened to my brother. I don't know why I told them I didn't know anything, but that's what I did. It was all so horrible, the attack, the look on his face, the feeling of being strangled. None of it was as bad as my brother being gone because of me. And if my grandparents knew what really happened. But the Minoru Suzuki she shot didn't look like that. The guy that's dead on the ground, his face didn't look like that, did it? My big brother, the purple flowers he gave me. If only I hadn't said those horrible things. He was taken instead of me. I wish it had been me. I still feel that way. The police came to my house. They asked me so many questions about my brother. All I could say was, I don't know anything. Everyone in the village came together to try and find my brother, but I knew it was useless. He would never be found. The next day, a young man came in. He'd been there that night and identified himself as a detective. Kamada? Or was he secretly the smiling? When I refused to speak, do you know what he said to me? He said, the smile. I'll find your brother. It's Utsugi! Are you sure you don't know anything all about his disappearance? It's Utsugi. I couldn't answer. Because I knew that Detective Shunsuke Utsugi, I knew he could see right through me. See through me. Through my lies. And the other truth he knew was that my brother would never come home alive. That man, did you really kill him? That's a dumb question. Yes, I did. Minoru Suzuki destroyed our lives. He deserved to die. Oh, okay, so it actually is him. It actually is him. Oh, he has a mask on. I knew you'd come, Emiko. The flashback to the face was not the same. You're not Emiko? What do you mean you're not Emiko? Then who are you? Gasp. We still don't know who Emiko is. And then the scuffle. That's graphic. I killed Suzuki. Why do I have to die? You killed him in self-defense. Why do I have to do I have to die? You didn't do anything wrong. This gun has his fingerprints on it. If it looks like Suzuki shot you, you don't need to shoot me! I can finally live life with my brother. I'm sorry, but why can't you finally live life with your brother? What do you mean when you can finally live life with your brother? Your brother? Makoto? Oh wait, hold on. What, a different flash? What's going on here? Oh. That's the brother. Wait a second. The smiling man's been keeping this Makoto up here the whole time? Makoto? You're... Makoto, my brother, it's me, Junko. Junko! So... yeah, he'd been like brainwashing Makoto the whole time or something. Alive? What are you talking about? Don't you know who I am? Oh, his hand, this is classic, like, dramatic. What's going on in my head? I don't remember. Wait a second. Previous life in front of me now, triggering past memories? Yeah, he ain't doing so well. Don't you? Who am I? Who the hell are you? Wait, look at this! The flower. The eggplant flower. Remember? I should have thanked you. Until that fateful night. And then he kept you as a fake son and brainwashed you somehow, even though you were like old enough to kind of like know who you were. A little bit. You've got to get out of here. Wait for me at Kofuku Station. What? Hurry! Get out of here! Hurry! But... Go now! Go now! Shoot to scare him? Yeah, shoot to scare him. And then that's why when she said she only shot once, it was because she wasn't thinking about that shot. She was thinking about the shot when she shot the Minoru. Chat, go to this random place you don't know about. He does know about it, because remember, he's working construction sometimes, or he has in the past. So he knows where that is. And then now, Minoru shows up because she shot the first time. That got Minoru's attention. He shows up, and then the gun and the scuffle happens. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Again, you still don't need to shoot me. You killed him in self-defense. He's a rampaging murderer kidnapper guy. Detective Kuze. What should I do? My brother has lived like this for almost 20 years without knowing anything about his life until today. I don't want to make him suffer anymore. I want to set him free right now. I'm so sorry. So then why did the smiling man follow her that one night? Maybe he knew she was catching on to it or something? Because, like, right now, or right before he died, when it was the flashback where they fought, and he was like, Emiko, and then she nut, and he's like, who are you? And then starts strangling him? Strangling her? I guess he thought she was Emiko then too, and that's why he followed her. Okay. Sob. I don't see why. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a pretty intense moment. You're not necessarily always thinking rationally here, but she can't do it good. Oh, his face is fucked up. Okay, now we can actually see it because the mask is done and we're zoomed in enough. Oh, that is the guy. That is definitely the guy. I can't. I still can't do it. I'm sorry, Makoto. I'm so... I'm probably gonna let a little more audio play without talking over it. Oh, shit! No! 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 Oh? Oh, don't do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, not after all this time. Don't. No! No! Ah, not like this. Not like this. What a huge time skip, man. What the fuck? What? What? How's Makoto doing? He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. He seems to be recovering well. It looks like there's no permanent damage. Huzzah! Hallelujah! Detective Kamihara is a terrible shot. I know he was going to shoot to kill, but it was Dice that shot. It wasn't Kuze. Dice showed up at the clutch moment. Who the fuck? She did call Dice. Oh shit. She did call Dice. She wasn't lying. Oh shit! He opened fire on Makoto upon arrival because he didn't know what was going on, and Makoto was charging him with a fucking big machete. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Kuze been acting strange lately. She said she'd be working solo much more than before. A one-woman raid on Minoru Suzuki's hideout without telling anyone else. But Detective Kamihara knew about the motorcycle and the school tie. What's in that fucking envelope? So he paid attention to her movements whenever possible. Dice, secret mega detective? He knew she was headed to the bandaged village alone, so he followed. He said he delayed after being called into the police station. He was delayed. See, he's been engaging in unauthorized and irregular behaviors too. Yo! It's fucking Dice, baby! Whoosh, roll them! All to protect Junko. As for Minoru Suzuki, at the time I was sure Detective Kuze was the one who killed him. But it was Makoto that killed him, because he had the machete, and he killed him because Minoru was killing his sister, and it was all sad and everything. Oh, that all makes sense. we did say where the hell is the thing, and the whole scene where like all of a sudden there's like a thunk and she's like, oh, that moment, it didn't really make sense at the time. But a lot of things weren't making sense, so I was just going with the flow. Insane, by the way, if we just for a moment step back, insane change of like brain chemistry in Makoto to like rewire his whole adult life and then some to be like this guy that I'm assuming he's been living with this whole time and treating as a father figure. He just kind of like put it together somehow that he's a bad guy or something. I don't know. Or maybe he was just afraid that, maybe he was still afraid that Minoru was going to kill him this whole time, which is reasonable, I suppose. And then he finally had his moment. Oh shit. Junko. He remembers. Hide somewhere, Makoto. What? Just hide, now! When he went hands on head, his neurons reconnected? Yeah. And then that's when I showed up. And that's why she took credit. Because she didn't want... So, like, it was still... I mean, it still was self-defense type-ish. So, I mean, I don't know why he would necessarily go to prison. But the idea is that she doesn't want Makoto to go to prison because he killed the guy and, yeah, you know. Anyway, a high craziness. What about Asuke? Yeah, what about Asuke? What's in that goddamn envelope? Why does she have the tie? He committed suicide after all. What? Detective Kuze was headed back to the station when she saw a kid on a bicycle ride onto a side street. She was suspicious but kept going. But her suspicions got the best of her. She turned her motorcycle around to follow the bike. She parked and walked down to the pumping station, and that's where she found... She did it to reopen the case! She wanted to reopen the case to then try to find Minoru Suzuki and the Smiling Man. Oh! Oh! Oh, shit! That's why she took the tie, so it didn't look like quite as much of a suicide, but we did note from the very beginning that it was weird that it wasn't a strangling, because the other three were stranglings! Oh! And there was probably a suicide note, and that was one of the envelope! After she tried to save him. Okay, alright, give her some credit. She tried to save him. Also, damn, pretty sick motorcycle outfit. Can we just say that for a moment? Kind of a sweet outfit. Looking kind of baller. It didn't work. He was dead. She went to take her cell phone out of her bag. She remembered something she was carrying. A paper bag. Maybe? This was the scene when she saw her in the house. We saw her in the house. And that was what she saw. What? Okay, hold on. Okay, so remember the scene where the guy in the mask, aka who ends up being Minoru Suzuki, aka Psycho Man, and he was like, didn't I give that bag to Emiko? Or whatever? That has to be this, right? It gave her an idea to fake it to get the investigation restarted. He took the tie, put the paper bag over his head, and left the scene. I think someone's dead. Oh, and she's the one that did the phone call? She used a very different voice. Posing as the first witness, she made an anonymous call to the police. Is she going to jail? Probably, right? I mean, that's pretty fucked up. She disguised Isuke so he would be linked to the case from 18 years ago. She believed her participation in the investigation could lead to locating her brother Makoto. She was hoping the case would draw a lot of coverage and serve as a kind of beacon for Makoto, who she believed was still alive. And it worked. His case was noticed by Minoru Suzuki and Makoto. The smiling man showed up just like Detective Kuze hoped. She says she regrets what she did. She keeps saying, "What have I done?" Well, because it did lead to people getting hurt, so... Or that one girl almost dying again, or whatever. Didn't Detective Kuze also take his suicide note? That's what was in the envelope! It was in the envelope I saw, and it was... There it is! There it is! Answers. We got our answers. His suicide note was addressed to Megumi. Oh, fuck. That's messed up. Here we go. It read, to Megumi, I've had a lot of fun with you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Bye-bye. That's so messed up. That is so messed up. Can you imagine being that girl? That is... You said that I would, like, you basically dumped me without dumping me. I killed myself. Thanks for the good times. Whoa, how was she supposed to recover from that? That's so much mental damage. It's gonna make it like so hard for her to ever dump someone again or say no to somebody. That's so messed up. Brutosuke's kind of an asshole. Is it messed up to say that? He's suicided, but like he's kind of an asshole with that one. He told them what the letters said. Kohei was Asuke's best friend. He understood Asuke better than anyone. When he heard what Asuke wrote, he said, "Yeah, sounds like him." After that, he broke down in tears. I mean, you could just interpret it as being like, I had a good time, but then, you know, flip. Megumi cried. She cried until she had no tears left. Wait, dude. Oh, whoa. Okay. Remember how she was like, I was sad because I thought he suicided because I dumped him. But now that it's just the smiling man, I feel not as bad in a guilty way. And then reverse Uno card, actually, you are the reason he killed himself, basically, without strictly saying it, but like pretty much heavily implying it. Oh my god. The note gave her strength? That's not, there's no way, there's no way. She listened and accepted what it said as bravely as any adult would. That's crazy. It seems she will forge ahead. SK. It's difficult for adults to remember what it was like to be kids. Ain't that the truth? I understood how fragile the world felt to them. I will do whatever I can to protect them. He seemed to have felt this too. In the end, Fukuyama, a good guy. Bit of a weirdo, but a good heart in the end. He will be a great teacher. I know it. Well, look who decided to show up. The best tiramisu. Welcome back, Mr. Utsugi. I've heard about your exploits from Kamada. You're both extraordinary detectives now. How did your investigation go? We're dying to hear your stories. Bro, we just did everything. What are you talking about? Hold on. I just got back and I'm starving. Tiramisu time? Ayumi, care to join me for lunch? What about me? What the fuck? I almost died! Yeah, wait a minute. What the hell? Why are you okay, Ayumi? Just go? Let's go. What's with all these old guys? Oh. What is a phone call from Dice? Detective Kamihara! Can you believe this? Everyone's so mean. Wait a second. Maybe they're doing like a surprise, maybe they're doing like a surprise party? Cause like I like did everything kind of there at the end? What do you think? I got left behind? Dude, that's gotta be it. It's gotta be some gathering at the end. Are you on the phone with someone? It's Detective Kamihara. Copium? Dude, it makes sense though. Why would he leave with just a Yumi? And then I get a call from Kamihara. He's gonna be like, oh, come on over to Mama Shoko's. And everyone's gonna be at Mama Shoko's, like I said. Like the other day. Watch your step. Focus on where you're walking or you'll get hurt. Okay. There's no way it ends like that. There's no way it ends like that. I received a letter from Detective Kuze. Everyone at Utsugi Detective Agency. So is she in prison? Did she get arrested? What's happening with her? I'm sure that's what Greta can find out. I sincerely apologize for any inconvenience I may have brought to your lives. My actions are unforgettable. I am ashamed of my selfishness, and I intend to atone for my sins. I have resigned my position with the police to focus on supporting my brother as we move forward. Oh, because he got shot. Right. Because the guy shot him in the leg or something. Right. His memory is returned, but it'll be some time before he can walk again. I am waiting. I'm letting things play out here if it's not obvious. He wants to be able to live on his own someday, so he spends his days doing hard physical rehabilitation. To stand by and support my brother is my atonement. Is it? What does that have to do with me? I thought you were atoning to me. Didn't you say you were going to do some of that? Alright, anyway, maybe she'll expand. I will keep living with that thought in my heart. I got a little smirk. Our family of 3 wishes you all the best in your endeavors. You know who really wins out on this, though? Grandma Yoshi. She finally gets to see her grandson again. Although, Kuze not being in jail a little bit. I don't know how that works. Exactly. Oh! Dice, baby! Right? Does that mean Dice married her? Junko Kamihara? Finally, chat's won. They fucking finally correct? Oh, they effing. Family of 3 meant Dice, not Yoshi. Oh, shit. Eggplant flowers symbolize happiness, truth, and hope. And it seems that the Kuze family has finally recovered all 3. Nice. What a story. What an action-packed final chapter. I ain't no lawyer. I ain't no man of the law. But tampering with like a dead body probably is not something that just gets like forgiven normally, but it makes for a better, happier ending, so there is that. It does kind of detract a little bit though from the whole fact that like she's telling the story and we're seeing it all at the end and we're like, oh, so I was right, she did like somehow tamper with stuff in a certain way and do things and yada yada yada, and that's why she's gotta murder me, because then I'll be able to expose all of that. But then, assuming, I mean, we did, because Ayumi was recapping it, and then it doesn't matter, I guess. But still, whatever. It was a cool game. It did wrap up pretty quick, these last 2 chapters, but there was still a lot of twists and turns. It was, I think, in particular, it was cool how they would do, like, her telling the story about seeing the smiling man that first time as a kid, and then that's where the PTSD image comes from. It's like, oh, so maybe she didn't see him, but and then it was like, but wait, why is the tie still there? And then, oh, she did actually stop, and then she did, and then it was like, there was kind of some moments like that where it like half answers something that makes you think like, oh, maybe somehow that doesn't work, and then it's actually both, but like it still logically works out. Sweet. Sweet. Well, quite a return to the series. Granted, I haven't actually played the first 2. Maybe that means we need to get the remake of the first 2, the collection that came out for the Switch before this one came out. I hope that both Nintendo and the original creator that then also worked on this one are happy with how it all turned out. I feel like I remember reading that there was talks of how the creator would be willing to do even another one, like a 4th game or something. That would be cool to have happen. But I do wonder what that like ending scene where like they left and then I have a phone call from Kamihara. What that was like, why did they leave and I just had to stay back? What was that all about? We didn't actually get the answer to that at the end. Maybe it was just, I don't know. That part was a little weird, but I do kind of want to see what would have happened if I clicked look at the cave. Does anyone still remember the cave that we didn't get to look in because I looked at the little statue first? I imagine if I did look at the shed, it would have done the same thing as the look at the statue and follow the footprints. I thought maybe they were going to promote me to like a private, like a cop detective, because Kuze was either jailed or then turns out to quit. I thought it was going to be that, or just like some sort of gathering of all the characters at the end at Mama Shoko's bar or something like that. I thought would have been really fitting, which is also why I'm not skipping the credits, because I still feel like there could be something like that. Yeah, I thought it was going to be promote me to, you know, hire me for the real force and or some sort of surprise party type deal, but I don't know. Maybe that could still happen, but it was weird because there was the phone call and then there was the part about me reading the envelope after the phone call happened, so that kind of made it a little bit awkward, I guess. Utaro Furukawa. A nice piano tune. Alright. What happens next? You bring us to the main the phone call. It's me. Sorry to bother you at this hour. About this case. There's still many mysteries that remain unanswered. I believe uncovering each of these details will allow us to truly solve the case. Part of that required looking directly at the life of Minoru Suzuki. However, it's pretty gruesome stuff. Heavy. Dark. You have to be prepared for that. So I'm only going to talk when you're ready. When you decide you're prepared, you'll give me a call? I'll be waiting. DLC? Is what chat said? Minoru. Do we have a part 2? Oh, what? 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 New Game Plus? Oh, shit. Turns out, perhaps, Famicom Friday is not over, in fact. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a whole nother friggin' story, or if it's just going to be, like, maybe 1 extra chapter or 2 extra chapters going over everything. What? We're definitely obviously going to have to still do this. That was definitely the Smiling Man finale. So, okay, if I click this, go to this, and then now we can go to extras, and wait, what's extras? Uh-oh, what's the report card? Hold on. Okay, report card? This has got to be some stats or something, right? Thank you, Purtle, for your hard work during the investigation. Based on how you carried out your investigation, Mr. Fukuyama has filed out a report card. Okay. Here, you are a student, and Mr. Fukuyama is the teacher. Let's take a look at your grades calculated based on how you carried out your investigation. There were multiple times where I did the wrong thing on purpose, though there were other times where I just got things wrong. Let's find out. Very well done. Oh, okay, hold on. Ooh. Okay, so prologue, well done. Chapter 1, not quite. I wonder what that means. Chapter 2, well done. Chapter 3, you tried your best. Okay, hand. Chapter 4, okay, hand. You tried your best. Paper bag, well done. You tried your best, not quite. You tried with hands open? What does that one mean? I assume that's worse than, that's the worst one, right? Very well done. You tried your best, not quite, not quite. Okay, so I think not quite is me, especially for the last chapter, for example, is me choosing like not the correct path right away. But to be honest, I think that's better. We get extra little look-sees and little dialogues and things, like we figuring out that thing looped around to the original path again, for example. Sometimes things don't just go so well. It happens, right? Alright, now I focus on what I think of you personally. By which I mean your personality. Listen up and please don't worry too much. Have you noticed you're a little bit clumsy? I suggest you draw a deep breath before taking any action. Next, you're awfully serious, aren't you? Always focused and sincere. Very professional. Also, when you get hold of something new, you easily get super focused on it, don't you? By the way, isn't eggplant curry delicious? I can taste it. By the way, I also love tofu and beef tendon curry. What does that have to do with anything, Fukuyama? Oh shit, okay, hey. That's all for my impressions. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Actually, you're a bit of a perv, aren't you? What? That I will not stand for. I like the energy. Oh, wait, you know what? He's talking about that first chapter, isn't he? He's talking about that first chapter when I looked at the boobs. But I had to do that because I knew it was a dialogue. As a teacher, I would never say that, never. Well, this is the end of the report card for me. Once again, congrats on solving the case. Well done. Sorry if I've gotten anything wrong. If that's the case, maybe Tachibana will get mad at me. Hehe. Well, and then until we meet again. Again, I actually think that the stuff that I chose is the things I would have wanted to choose. As far as seeing like extra dialogue, that's mostly what I was usually going for, to be fair. I was mostly going to look for the extra dialogue options, which usually involves choosing probably not the right way and such. So I'm sort of fine with being told that I must be like a weirdo or whatever. Now, why am I doing this, you might ask? So that we can get to the cave. We have to check the cave at this point. We're checking all the other extra stuff. Let's check the cave. Cave. Maybe it leads to somewhere interesting. Fair percent. Oh, this is... Ah, come on. All of that for nothing? Well, it appears that we will resume next time with the Minoru section, calling Utsugi. So at least we will get the answer to that one kind of element that I didn't get answered, which was what was all the stuff that Asugi was doing? What were all those connections about Minoru Suzuki that he said are there but didn't really tell us? Turns out that's going to be a whole nother section of the game. I don't know how long. Might just be one chapter, could be multiple. I have no idea. Just like the rest of the game, I did not look anything up ahead of time. We will continue with that next Friday then. I will add that there have been a number of Emio the Smiling Man things that I have been interested in reading or seeing. Even Nintendo themselves tweeted like a video or something that's like a spoiler of the plot that I haven't looked at yet, that I kind of want to look at, as well as some interviews with the creator and stuff, which maybe we'll go over that on stream once we finally beat everything. Probably won't turn that into a video, but just figured I'd mention it for those that, oof, that was a weird burp talk. For those that want to see that eventually. We'll probably do that at some point. But anyway, what a way to end the Smiling Man for now, until we check out Minoru by calling Utsugi.